What? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Burke. I'm the singer-songwriter and vocal coach. And real quick, before we get into this, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you're new to the family, hit the subscribe button right over there. And then finally, if you are passionate about singing, you have to sign up for the free 15-minute lesson on Singer. It's my singing training program. I'm instructing the lesson. It's a little 15-minute video. You're gonna record your voice before it, go through the lesson, record your voice after. You will hear an improvement. Over 10,000 people have gone through that lesson, and literally almost everybody has told me that they have heard an immediate improvement no matter what level they are at. So even if you think that you cannot sing right now and you're like, man, I would love to think about singing, but there's no way I can do it. Well, I have to tell you, I used to be tone deaf as well. I could not sing to save my life. I sounded like a dying cat. Now I'm a professional singer, and if I can do it, you can do it. So don't forget to try out that free 15-minute lesson. It's like these YouTube videos. You're going to enjoy it. All right, let's get into this. And this is Twice singing What Is Love. You requested Twice so much. So here it is, some of their live vocals. I'm excited.
다 같이 따라 불러주는 거예요.
I haven't even heard them sing, and I can already tell that they're the cutest things ever. So here we go. I'm about to die. Ooh, I love that note right there. But I have to say, listen to the guy fans of Twice. Twice has some guy fans. Listen to all those guys singing back this song. That is amazing. Okay, beautiful. Oh, I know this harmony is about to be great, but great pitch in such a very sweet tone. Kind of reminds me of Rosé from Blackpink. The just such a sweet quality to the tone. Very bright, not nasally, very bright, but just a sweet, soft tone. I love it. Hey, brother. She had an interesting voice. Okay, so I could tell there that she might be having a little trouble hearing herself. And this is an issue that any vocalist out there that performs, you know, when your in-ears don't work, which is basically your mix. So whenever you're performing, you have just wireless in-ears that you'll put in, and that's how you're hearing the instrumentation to sing along to. You're hearing your voice in that mix. You're hearing the bandmates' voices in the mix as well. And if you have a bad mix, I don't care how good of a vocalist you are, it's like, good luck. Like when I've had a bad mix, I'm just, it's like, what do? You then have to rely on how it feels, you know, and just okay, I know that this is how it feels when I'm singing this pitch. I mean, it's crazy. And so what she did there is she actually cupped her ear, which is another technique that you can use to hear your voice in a different way. Hear your voice more how other people hear you. You'll hear kind of a different coloring to your voice, but it's also a way for you to just hear yourself better by cupping your ear just like this. So I could tell that something was off there, and that makes a lot of sense. What? Wait a second. That's crazy. So I guess the emotions of just probably all the fans yelling the lyrics back. I mean, I could imagine that would be an emotional moment. That's really powerful. Oh, makes me like him even more. She has the sweetest voice, the sweetest tone. It's so soft. I want to hear that tone before I go to bed. It's like very, very bright. She needs to do like a bedtime song, a nursery rhyme. What do you call them? A bedtime song album or something. Forget I said anything. That was, you get what I mean. She has a very sweet voice, very sweet tone. A bit nasally there. It was really unique. I don't know, something about her tone just really stuck out to me. You can kind of tell too, she was the one who was having trouble with her ears. You can kind of tell something's off there. But I really like how they're all singing that, singing the chorus in unison. It's really pretty. I like that. It ain't a K-pop banger if it doesn't have like a rap verse thrown in. Come on. Sometimes I think that completely kills the songs. I will be honest, but I think this one's cool. Well, we'll see. Let's play it. This is the cutest and sweetest rap I've ever heard in my life. They all have such a similar voice. Their blend is incredible, singing that unison melody. I mean, they all have that same kind of breathy, sweet character to their voice. Oh. Way to go for keeping it together and still singing. That's got to be so powerful. Isn't that amazing? I love vulnerable moments on moments. Why did I say moments like that? I love vulnerable moments like that on stage. That's just what connects. I mean, and it goes to show, like, a lot of people would think, oh, I cry on stage, that's going to be embarrassing. But listen to the audience's reaction. It's so engaging. It's so captivating. It's like that wall, that barrier is just broken down. And it's just so captivating as an audience member watching. So for any performers out there, never forget, be vulnerable when you're performing. Be vulnerable. If you need to cry, let it out, because that's what's going to capture our attention and be like, oh my gosh, is he crying? Is she crying? What's going on? It just captures our attention. And we're like, wow, they aren't afraid to express how they really feel. And that is so powerful, especially as a performer. I like the song. Give me the backup. Those guy fans are like, yeah! Let me check and make sure that we're still going. Good, we're still going. Okay, my camera shuts off after it gets to 12 minutes. And it does run out of battery. You guys are giving me a hard time. You're like, yeah, right, it runs out of battery. No, it really was running out of battery. But anyway, if it runs out, I can throw in the other charger here and we can keep going. But anyway, that was really, really cute. That was really sweet. They all have such a sweet, sweet tone that I am such a fan of. I could see how some people, I mean, it was a very basic melody. It wasn't anything crazy, but they owned it and they did such a good job with it, in my opinion. You know, you don't need the craziest melody. You don't need to just be singing all kinds of riffs and runs and all kinds of high notes just to prove that you're some good singer. To be a good singer, I can tell that each one of them were great singers. The melodies that they did sing, they were right on. And there were some difficult notes in there, especially at the beginning. There was some kind of like interesting note that was a bit dissonant to the chord that one of them sang, and she nailed it. And I think almost all of them, their pitch was great. I loved it. I loved the vulnerable moment, how one of the members was like showing her emotions and how excited she was, and how I think I'm assuming those are happy tears, but being open to show that, I think that shows confidence, and that just shows such vulnerability, and that's what live performing is all about. And I think that's one tip that we can take right now for those of you who are interested in singing and performing, which all of you should, because that's what this channel is about. I hope that I can motivate you guys to take up singing, even if it's just a hobby, because it will change your life. I'm telling you, life is just better when you're singing. But anyway, let me get back to this. Basically, what was I saying? When you are performing, never be afraid to be vulnerable. Never be afraid to let your emotions come out, because that is what captivates the audience, and that's what builds the connection. It's like, oh, she's like me. I cry too. You know what I mean? Or he's like me. He understands me. He feels the same things that I feel, because otherwise, what many times your audience can feel is they feel disconnected from you. You're like this rock star up on stage, and there's no relatability or connection. And so when you're okay to be vulnerable, you're okay to show even a mess up or some emotions, that's what's just so powerful. Think about why the fail compilations of K-pop stage fail compilations, or just any artist fail compilations, those are watched millions of times because people love seeing the human side of the performers. And so that's something to remember. And when you're ready to improve your singing, you've got to try that 15-minute free lesson. It's going to get you started. It's on Singer, my singing training program, SINGR.TV. You will never find anything better than that, I'm telling you. So any of your friends that might want to learn to sing, so you have friends in choir, or your family, they want to learn to sing, send them to Singer, because it's going to save them a ton of money, a ton of time. There is nothing better than Singer, and it is so affordable for everybody. It gives you lessons literally for life. It's going to take you through every level of singing, and then you also have access to the private community where you have access to me directly, where I can personally answer your questions. I can personally answer anything that you have with singing or anything. So it's also a way to connect with me. So make sure to go check it out, singer.tv. The link is in the description. Tons of love. I'll see you tomorrow.